Check.
Check.
Whoa.
I'm way too loud.
Yeah.
Turn it down.
I forget which one's you. This is you.
I think that one is me. Yep, there you go.
This is CCDnB. Canadian content. The perks of all Canadian content drum and bass podcasts with your host, DJ Kapulet.
How's it going, everybody? We're back with another episode, CCDnB. This is episode 22. First and only all Canadian drum and bass podcast. Subscribe on iTunes by searching CCDnB and head over to CCDnB.com. Kicking things off with a track by a brand new producer. This is his first tune. It's DJ Payne and Bloody L, DnB remix of Fleetwood Mac's The Chain.
Canadian content on the CCDnB podcast.
Hosted by the illustrious Mr. Kapulet.
Listening in the morning, good morning. If you're listening in the afternoon, good afternoon. If you're listening at night, well, you should be out. Really, really good for a first tune. Big ups DJ Payne and Bloody L.
Yeah, big up.
Special dedication on this one, I'll read that later. Send this out to Richard Payne. He was an actor, playwright, writer, artist, high school tech university, 60 years old, beloved by a lot of his friends and family members. Unfortunately passed away in February. Very talented man, loved drum and bass, suffered from bipolar and depression. So Sending this one out to him. Big love, R.I.P. dude.
Rest in peace.
And we're going to offer up this tune for free on CCDnB.com. Let's read a quick email right off the bat here.
It's from Richard Chambers in Oakville, Ontario. He says, what's up? You guys know if there is anything similar to London Electricity in the Canadian scene? Always been a huge fan. Just 1 Second is one of my favorite tunes. It never gets old. Been listening to Jungle since the beginning when it was old English hardcore. Do you guys remember Dr. No and Roughneck?
Yes, I do. And actually, there you go. This tune sounds a little bit like a London Electricity, I would say. And we do have an interview with Marcus Visionary. He's going to talk about Dr. No and all those old guys, so hold tight for that. I'd also recommend Schematic and Mutt if you're looking for that Hospital Records kind of sound.
You're listening to CCDnB.
CCDnB, right? Canadian content, drum and bass.
Coming up on the show, we have exclusive music from Renee LeVice, Gremlins, Ashes, Jayline and Brockout, Schematic, Target, Locked, and Herbalist. We have some brand new artists such as this guy, DJ Payne, a guy named No One, Skepsis, and Cronica, as well as some releases from Spinlock, Fast, Marcus Visionary, and 11th Son. We have an interview with Marcus Visionary, the #1 Canadian drum bass DJ. Emails, Facebook comments, JOCELYN, CCDnB News. We have another drunk MC.
I'm excited to hear that one.
Yes. We have 2 heavy bass hitters, and of course our Canadian classic at the end of the show. And here we go. #1 on Track It Down for 2 weeks straight.
Big up.
Big ups to Spinlock. This is Nerve Damage, out now on Stride Recordings. Big!
This is Spinlock, and you're tuned into CCDnB. Your host,
DJ Kapulet.
This one's going out to the Crondon crew. Also sending this one out to J-Ro, Angela Todd, Ed Real Jenkins, and everybody at Track Down, and Rebecca and Jeremy Leatherwood. Definitely a breakthrough tune for Stride Recordings.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
#1, baby. Woo! And after way longer than we expected, it finally got trumped by one of my favorite producers, Nets Guy. And I think just like Mist is up there in the top 5 now, so big ups for the support. Want to send a shout out to Everfresh and Lucky G. Thanks for coming by the studio and doing the last few podcasts. You guys are wicked. Of course, don't forget to check out On Point at onpointmusic.ca. Also, check out High Grade on Facebook. We got a lot of Facebook and emails and CCDnB.com comments, so...
Yeah, and one very, very long email.
We'll get to that.
So I hope you guys have some patience while I read it out. Won't be till later, but...
Let's read some short ones right now. Facebook. Go to Facebook, search CCDnB.
From Anthony Joseph. Mad love with the podcasts, man. I'm still re-listening to some of the early podcasts from 2008.
Oh, awful.
What?
Awful. I was so nervous back then, you know?
Yeah, but it's gotten better.
Big ups to Anthony. Quickly, one more.
From Derek Smith. Big up the podcast, buddy. You guys say some funny shit. Oh yeah, I forgot. Massive tunes.
Well, you know, I think part of Canada's culture is, you know, we like to laugh. We got the Just for Laughs festival, and I think it's drum bass. We shouldn't take it so seriously, man. It's party music. I think for the most part, you know, we handle our business, so have some fun doing it. Oh, I want to send an apology for the CCDnB server crashing like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that sucked.
I was stressed out for about over the Easter holidays, but we're back up. Just go to iTunes, left click the podcast and click, I think, update podcast. That should fix up everything.
Yeah, you can't view those pictures with it anymore, but...
No, we can't offer up the M4As, but you know what? The MP3s, they download faster, and so what? You don't get to see the pictures of the producers, whatever.
We have a photo gallery
maybe it'll
anyway.
add a bit of mystique, you know? We're all just a bunch of sleep-deprived, pale, skinny white guys, really.
And a white girl, hello. But I'm getting a tan, so I won't be white for much longer.
Did I say right click? I meant left click. Yeah, you got one of those tanning stamps on your upper belly. I don't know about those.
Dustin's been hating on me all day about it.
It's a little, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, don't you say anything. I'm within hitting distance of you, okay?
Yeah, you're within slapping distance. All right, this one's by Ashes. It's forthcoming on 96 kilohertz Productions, track called Silver Stream. This is my kind of tune.
This is the kind of song you just jam out to on a patio with a beer or something. Well, I don't drink anymore, so a Red Bull, but...
Yeah, congratulations on the keeping up with the non-drinking.
Thank you. How's the no smoking going?
Yeah, well, we both have gone... What is it now? I lost count.
Your count is 27 days. 27. Mine is, I think, a day or two more than yours, but...
So yeah, I've gone 27 days without pot.
Big up, Dustin.
Ongoing forever, man, because... to tell you the truth, I've been high on marijuana for 15 years, and I almost feel like I've just woken up. I don't want to get too deep on it, but I mean, yeah, it's good for me. I feel a lot better.
That's awesome.
You can probably tell the hosting is a lot more lively and better, you know?
Yeah, we're not all stoned.
So yeah, I condone pot in moderation. I'll be at the marijuana march this year, but you know, I overdid it for a long time. Anyway, speaking of drinking, I got another drunk MC.
Oh dear.
It's a different guy.
Did you blurt out his name again?
Yeah.
For the sake of security purposes?
Yeah, I cut out his name. I might get my ass kicked eventually for doing this, but yeah. Check this one out.
That's what you get for being drunk and MCing.
Yeah, really. Very entertaining though. Check it out.
Yes, what's up? I'm just chilling on Queen Street right now with Kapulet. Yo, this is for the radio station worldwide. If you from T-Dot and you recognize this, I'm like spitting like the written, like a tittin', like a printin'. I'm like MCs like jittin', ride on spittin', keep it on the written. Know how we hit with the drum and bass. I'm on the city like a grace. You know what we do when we come in the face. Inside like the days, trap flies like the brace. I'm only on the Queen Street, rapping out with my DJ. You know how we do it. Radio 1 time right for the future sound crime.
Did Did you say come in the face?
Replay that.
It's all good, buddy.
Let's replay. Did I say it?
You said come in the face. It's all good.
Oh my god.
Is that now awesome?
We got fucking MCs talking about assholes and coming in the face.
Yeah, stop it. Cut it out, guys.
Keep it PG for the children, guys.
In all fairness, I kind of egged him on to do that. I knew he was trying. Oh, love it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
All right. Getting into this one. This is, believe it or not, this is Jayline and Brockout.
I really like this tune.
First time I've ever heard those guys make a Liquid tune.
That's exciting.
Yeah. This is really good. Do not take my word on this, but I believe this might be coming out on V Recordings on a 4-pack. Track called With Me.
What? They should do more of this kind of stuff. This is dope.
It's the Brockout representing Sam Bully's Hectic Crew. You're listening to Kapulet on the Canadian Content Drum and Bass.
All right, don't want to talk over this, but we're going to have to. Don't want anybody to clip it and put it on YouTube. Let's get into a CCDnB comment. CCDnB.com.
All right. I'm a new listener in the last few podcasts. Thanks for the big tunes and making me feel proud to be Canadian.
Yeah.
Big up. I have much respect for what you guys are doing. I'm pushing all my friends to download the podcast because I think it's awesome. Keep up the good work. P.S. Your jungle kitty is so cute. Much love, Laura. I know, isn't Bailey the cutest little thing?
Yeah. He's annoying sometimes. He gets up in my face when I'm trying to do work. But did you say the name of the first one you just read?
No, there was no name on it.
Oh, you know what? Because you have to leave your name on the CCDnB.com, otherwise it'll just show up as anonymous.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's a lot of anonymous comments.
Yeah, big ups anonymous.
There's a Facebook comment I just want to read out too. It's from Valerie, and I know I'm going to screw up your last name, so I'm sorry, but Sabaliaskis from Gatineau, Quebec. She said, "Hey guys, your podcasts crack me up. Your don't drink an MC bit there made me laugh so hard on the bus. My water that I was drinking came out of my nose. Everyone was staring at me. Keep it up. I love the good tunes and love to laugh. Love, Val."
All right, Val.
Big up.
Big ups to you, and I bet you that last MC segment made her laugh too. Hope you were on the bus.
Yeah. Just don't drink anything while you're listening to CCDnB. We don't want any choking hazards or any lawsuits or anything like that.
Yeah, good point. Good point. All right, another new producer. A lot of new guys. I think I discovered at least, I'm not exaggerating, 20 new names. I gotta update that A to Z producer list when I get around to it. But this one is... Oh, this is that guy, No One. And this is his remix of The Square and Blue Motion featuring MsdoS. And the track is called You Don't Need Me. This is part of a remix competition.
This is Everfresh from OnPointMusic.ca, and you're getting school with Canadian content on the CCDnB podcast with DJ Kapulet.
The city, everyone in it, is their experiment.
Send this one out to Rick Toxic, TorontoJungle.com. And I think I've given up on doing the event segment. It's because, man...
we have way too much other stuff to talk about anyways.
And if we get into events, that's opening up a whole can of worms. So if you want to check out events in Canada, a great resource is TorontoJungle.com. And I do believe you can look forward to an interview with Rick Toxic. He's been around since the beginning, so that should be interesting. Of course, if you're a producer with new releases or even a new producer and you want to be interviewed, hit me up and I'll try and fit you in. The schedule's kind of backed up right now, but we ain't stopping anytime soon.
CCDnB.
Maybe I'll talk to Blue Motion and ask if I can put this up as a free download. It's not going to get released. It's
no?
No. Actually, I will be adding a few free downloads. Along with the first tune you heard, I'm going to be adding Stick Bubbly's Tech 9 and Pocket Nip It Empty by Johnny Dangerously.
I absolutely love that track.
There's three new free downloads. Will be up on the site shortly. Go to ccdnb.com and click free downloads on the top tab there.
Hey, what's up? This is Skepsis. If you don't know, get to know Canadian content, drum and fucking bass, Kapulet.
Another podcast debut. This is Skepsis, a track called Pristine Method. This one came out on KrisisDnB, I think just last week. It's from Winnipeg, Manitoba. I finally got a tune from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Nice.
There's not a lot of producers out there, but if you're from Winnipeg and you make tunes, hit me up at AMCCDnB Music Or send me an email at ccdnbmusic@aim.com. And I'm going to repeat that because people always ask me what the email is. Do we not say it enough? ccdnbmusic@aim.com. Email me. Oh, and also check out the CCDnB YouTube channel. youtube.com/Kapulet. I'm going to be taking some videos now that I got a new iPhone with video capabilities.
Ooh, very nice.
I broke my iPhone at NBC. But it was already 2 years old, 3 years old.
Really?
My contract was up, so I got a new 32 gig 3GS.
Screw you and your stupid phone. I hate
Love
those
iPhones.
things. No, they're so confusing. I can't.
Confusing?
They are confusing. Oh my god.
Okay, let's not get into this.
Plus, my nails make it impossible to use any touchscreen phone.
Oh, well, I guess you can see your point there. And now it's time for some Canadian drum bass news with JOCELYN D.
It's time for Canadian drum and bass news featuring JOCELYN D. Brought to you by BBE News and Reviews. You are tuned into the Canadian drum and bass news with JOCELYN D. It's April 19th. I have 3 news stories to talk about today. The first is about Spinlock, the second is about Mutt, and the third is about the DCS 905 radio show. Now getting back to Spinlock. Spinlock is Stride Recordings' newest artist, and he's been getting huge love for his track Nerve Damage on the trackitdown.com and Dogs on Acid download charts. Nerve Damage is the title track off his debut EP on Stride. It held the #1 spot for roughly 2 weeks straight on the trackitdown.com chart, and it beat out top UK labels such as Technique Recordings and Hospital in the process. Another selection off the EP, a tune called Just Like Mist, has also recently reached #3. Also check out K-Mag for a feature on Spinlock, including Q&A and a free download of one of his tunes, and that's on the CCDnB blog on K-Mag. Also, for more info, check out striderecordings.com or capulet.com. The next news is about Mutt, who was recently featured on One Extra, and that was in a producer showcase on Chris's show on the BBC's One Extra. This showcase included an interview and a set of 7 of his tunes. So for more info, check out bbc.co.uk. And the final news is about the DCS 905 radio show. And they deserve a big happy anniversary because last week they celebrated 5 years in the game. This show airs Saturdays from 10 to midnight on Toronto's CIUT. So congrats to resident DJs Dubcom, Factus, Scott Free, and Illweather, and anybody else involved in the show. For more info, check out dcs905.ca. That's all the news for today. If you have news that you want us to include, please get at Kapulet or me at jocelynDee.com. And Kapulet you can reach at capulet.com as well. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thanks, JOCELYN D. You can check out JOCELYN D at jocelynD.com. Also, check out her podcast, DBE News and Reviews, on iTunes. Another podcast debuts, Cronica, his remix of Payne and PLies' Shawty. Big up to the Jump Up Massive. Sending a shout out to everybody over at Concept Records. Big up to all the shawties out there. What does that mean exactly? Am I too white to know? Like, it means like shorty, right?
Yeah.
Which means like is that a term of admiration or?
You know what?
You don't know either.
No, not really. Oh, not really. I think it's like, you know, that's my girl kind of thing.
Like
you know?
shawty, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
All right. Much music, Massive.
Yeah, this is DJ Master. Right now you're listening to CCDnB with DJ Kapulet. The first martial art to sweep the modern world was Jiu-Jitsu, closely followed by the discipline of karate. Then we were taught to combine the spiritual with the physical by the masters of Kung Fu. And now, the practitioner of the oldest and ultimate martial arts, enter the ninja.
Big! Wiggity, wiggity, whoa. Vast. Track called Enter the Ninja. I think this one came out on Dub Damage Recordings, but I can't find it online anywhere. But, I'll ask him about it. Send this one out to David Carity. Rest in peace, buddy. Kasha was whispering to me who David Carity was, and I did the whole jack off while hanging myself hand motion. Yeah, just Google that and you'll know what I mean.
The first martial art to sweep the modern world was Jiu-Jitsu, closely followed by the discipline of karate. Then we were taught to combine the spiritual with the physical by the masters of Kung Fu. And now, the practitioner of the oldest and ultimate martial art, enter the ninja.
I want to get into some like MMA fighting. I know I'm a scrawny kid, but you actually know who MMA fights? NC-17.
No way.
Yeah, he's hardcore in MMA.
I didn't know that.
He's a scary dude as it is. Yeah, so we're gonna play one more tune after this. We'll read some emails, and then we have an interview with Marcus Visionary, possibly the biggest interview we've had on the podcast yet.
Big.
The guy is a legend, Canada's #1 DJ. Incoming, a track from Target. I haven't played Food from Target since episode 1, but he sent me this one's unsigned, so labels pick this one up. The track's called Monkey Troubles. Send this one out to Josh Barrett, Kitty Chaos, and Miss Wicked Standardly, Chance, Eden Ashland, Shameless Ass Promotion, Sex and the City Crew, that was a wicked party, my little sis Munchkin, thanks for the press pics, and the new keyboard I just got, she gave me that, and setting up my email on my computer so I don't have to go separately to AIM or Hotmail. Anyways, Mark's Visionary was kind enough to let me go over to his studio and interview him. And it went for half an hour, so we're going to cut this into 2 parts. So the second part of the interview will be on the next podcast. So here we go. My interview with Marcus Visionary, part 1.
It's just love I bring.
Okay, no, I fucked up. Actually, we're going to play a track from Marcus Visionary, and then we'll get into the interview. This is a personal favorite track called Humble by the Chopstick Crew, Marcus Visionary remix. It's the Lined Up International digital and vinyl release, available now.
Cause I realize I'm just a piece of the puzzle. Some I go fall from the ego ride. Say without you have no place. You will get erased. Humble, he that exalts shall be a days. Be cool and be blessed, save yourself the stress. I shall run things, take on the stage. So fly past your neck, that will broke your wings, oh yes. Spirit about to flesh, no man no pull my strings. You think you better than the rest, so you big up your chest. Let me see he who is without sin. Humble, cause I realize I'm just a piece of your puzzle. You are go far from your ego ride. You have no place. You will get erased. Humble, in an exalt shall be raised.
Exalt yourself, exalt yourself. Like a radio, a broadcast themselves. Watch them, see them. I fight one another while them a fight themselves. Like the oppressor man, them oppress themselves. Why don't you just lock a mess and well I own the door. Self-discipline it is above them all.
Cause I realize I'm just a piece of your puzzle. Some are far from the ego right. Say without you have no place. You can get erased. He that exalts shall be abased. We make up the one, the whole, to function to roll. Mind, body and soul. Different elements, frequencies, ideas. People in one accord make the fullness unfold.
Send this one out to Sarah and Holly Richardson. They want to send a shout out to the Rude Sound Crew and the Brantford Massive. Also a happy birthday to their daddy, Mr. Richardson.
Happy birthday.
And yeah, big up Mike D and the Rude Sound Crew for having me out for Fuck My Life Fridays.
Why boast that I see when you don't know what tomorrow brings? Be wise, humble and read between the lines.
Cause I realize I'm just a piece of the puzzle. You are gonna fall from your ego right. Without you have no place. You will get disgrace. Humble, he that exalts shall be abased.
And now it's time for the Mark's Visionary interview. Let's get into it. So my next guest on the podcast is known as Canada's #1 drum and bass DJ, also the king of dubwise. He has lots of names. He's been spinning for roughly 2 decades and has been doing a show called Prophecy on 89.5 for over 8 years. He is one of Canada drum and bass's legends, Mark's Visionary. What's up, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Actually, we're almost at 15 years this September.
15 years?
Yeah.
On 89.5?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Where did I get 8 years? I don't know. But all right, let's start things off. Just so people are familiar, I'm pretty sure everybody is. But you've been on almost, I think, 30 labels. I'm going to name them off: X-Rated, Dub 2010, Division 1, Final Syndicate, On Point, Metro Breaks, which is on, I think, Oscillate, Jedi. I mean, those are the local ones. Progress, Nice and Smooth, Bongo Chili, Yard Recordings, Surge Recordings, Inside, Rock and Groove, Pure Vibes, Dance Rock, Collab, Revolver, Horizons, Flex, Hustle and Beats, Def Limited, Mainframe, 31 Records, Shout, Play Music. Most recently, you're doing stuff for Lion Dubs, and most notably, Shy FX's Digital Soundboy. Also, I saw one on your Discogs called Visionary Recordings. Was that something you did?
It was, yeah. We had one release, but then we decided to just move on and do some other things.
Are any of the other labels that I named projects that you've started? Have you started any label projects?
Well, basically, I was running dance rock for a little while, but then I met Lion Dub, and I was actually running a label called Lion Dub before I met Lion Dub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his name was Lion Dub. I didn't know that. So basically, we decided to work together. Because he had a lot of contact with reggae artists in New York City and in Jamaica. So, and I love to work with singers. So basically, we linked up and decided to run Lion Dub International together. And basically, I mean, Lion Dub, I put out everything on there that doesn't make it onto Digital Soundboy, but also projects that wouldn't fit on DSB. But basically. Yeah, I'm really excited about everything. We've been building the label for the last couple of years, and we put everything out on there from, reggae to dubstep to 140 bass music to jungle drum and bass and ragga jungle, so.
Cool. How did you get involved with Digital Soundboy and Shy FX?
Well, Shy, he came and played for me at a junglist movement in the mid-90s, and we met, and obviously I was a big fan. And since we met, we became friends because we basically come from the same background musically.
Yeah.
We both enjoy reggae and soul and all. We have a lot in common. So basically, when he was starting his Digital Soundboy label, he had heard a couple of tracks that Bailey was playing at Swerve of mine, and he called up to ask if he could sign them. Well, one of them was already signed for Marcus Intellect's label, Revolver, and the other one that was left over was Give Me Your Love. And so basically he signed that track. And I mean, we've just been, friends ever since, but I'm just fortunate to be part of that camp of great artists and great music.
Cool. When was that when you first started that relationship?
That was I got signed to Digital Soundboy in 2005.
Would you say that signing kind of boosted your career?
Yeah,
sort of production?
For sure. I mean, I started touring in Europe and throughout the States in 2005, and I toured pretty steadily until 2008, and then I decided to take a little bit of a break because it's pretty intense touring, So I spend more time in the studio.
Cool. Naming all those labels, does it feel like you've been on all those labels? Because as I was naming, you're looking at me like, wow, really?
You named a bunch of labels that I didn't even remember, that I did stuff on. So yeah,
I mean, doing this for over 20 years, I guess it just adds up, right?
Yeah,
for
sure.
So when did you start spinning and getting into DJing?
My family, because they're from Guyana, and it's like near the Caribbean. So
right.
They would have parties at my house ever since I was a little kid, and so my cousins and my uncles were really into DJing, and so they would bring over turntables and mixers and stuff. So it was always around me, and that's the thing that I was interested in from when I was just little kid. I wasn't interested in toys. I was interested in what my cousins were doing. It was the cool thing, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
And that was back in Guyana?
No, that was here in Toronto.
Oh, okay.
When I lived in Scarborough. But yeah, like my dad they listened to everything from soul to reggae to soca, and that music was always playing. So the first music I ever played was that music, But luckily, because I was born in the 70s there, I guess. Yeah. And then, I got to experience like the birth of hip hop and the birth of house, and then techno turned into jungle, and Cool. So I got a chance to play all those different types of music,
Yeah, nice. So. You probably wouldn't think of it to look at me, but my mom's from Guyana, and she would tell me about all the parades and how she would go out barefoot and get in trouble because she didn't have her slippers on. But yeah, it's a very musical culture out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. When did you move to Canada?
Well, no, I was born here.
Oh, you were born here. I was
born here, but my family. Well,
that's where your family's roots are.
Yeah, and they would bring. We always had family over because they were bringing people over here from Guyana. Yeah. So they were like, basically helping everyone out.
CCDnB. Enemies, they on the borderline. Line. Junglies, defend the borderline. Hear me now, pay the fine. Enemies, they on the borderline. Line. Junglies, defend the borderline. Hear me now, let me see. One of them come, want the sweet singing fast. I see two of them come, but then the truth gets fun fast. Hear me now, look at them. Then general come, bring a battalion. But we was very alert, murder with machines in hand. Hear me now, what's the back? Again now, the jungle is again now, again now, so lift it up again now, operation don't be confused. Listen to the rhythm and dance to the blues. I don't want you to think you have been used again now. Hey, gringos and Pristine, Junglist is the only bandit around. And if you don't know that, my friend, then your number is 0. But it's special job like the same as them should have seen we win it at the round. When we both come the one from Canero. When they are sit a kick up on a gallop and when I never move so 0. I see them lick the pelican go fly up in them around. What we jumping now we just a must sit in jungle tag when it comes so 0. But we just drink the tequila. I saw we arms at the sweet chiquita. And tell her bonus status in the region we have a proper sorrow.
And sending out a big boo to our locked and herbalist who just crashed my computer in the middle of this podcast. Good thing we saved off it because we didn't lose anything. But he gave me some good advice. He said download the older version of AIM and it won't crash your computer as much. Oddly enough, we have a tune after this interview by Locked and Herbalist. So, anyways.
Stay on the borderline. Line. Junglies, defend the borderline. Hear me now, play the fine. Enemies, stay on the borderline. Line. Junglies, defend the borderline.
Yeah, Chops a Crew, track called Enemies, Mark's Visionary remix on Lined Up International. Vinyl only release. Alright, get back into the interview. So I want to get into the history of Canadian drum and bass, actually, because I figured what better person to ask than you. You've been in it from the beginning. Because it started off in the UK about 20 years ago, I would say, the jungle movement, really. When did it start in Toronto? I mean, what sparked it in Toronto?
Well, basically, I mean, the whole thing, like in the UK, there was the acid house movement in the late 80s, right? And basically, in Toronto, we were still getting all of those records. We were getting the acid house records and all the Chicago house stuff that was being born.
Right.
And we had a massive warehouse scene with like DJs like Peter, Tyrone, and Shams, and I guess you could say that was like the early rave scene.
Yeah.
But then come 1990, it really started to evolve into like, break beats and so on, right? And then basically one of the first DJs here was named Malik X, and he used to have a show called Radio London. And he at first he was playing soul and rare groove and acid jazz, and I used to tune in to listen to that stuff because like I listen to everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was, you know, he had a really cool accent. I mean, I learned a lot from him as a broadcaster. Like almost all of my style on the radio comes from Malk X, you know? He was really influential to not just me, but to a lot of people. And he was also one of the first rave DJs in the city. They had a production crew called Exodus, and it was Mark Oliver, Sean L, and actually Dr. No, who was another British expatriate. So he was living here, and he was playing it a lot. They were all playing it these Exodus raves, and they ran that. And this is like 91, 92. You know, so this is like hardcore, the hardcore period, you know, before things really evolved fully into jungle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were the main influence for us. And then, you know, all sorts of weird companies like Chemistry and Psychosis were born, and Infinity, and I mean, the list goes on. It was pretty big. Nitrous, Pleasure Force, you know. And then I started my company Delirium in 1992.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was your company. Of course, the rave culture began in Toronto with just a mix of all the different kinds of music. Do you remember the first party that was strictly drum and bass? And were you involved in that those production companies? Or?
I mean, basically, when I came into it, that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a company that was playing all jungle. So, I mean, some of the Psychosis parties you'd go to would be a lot of hardcore and jungle, but it wasn't all hardcore and jungle.
Yeah.
So when I started Delirium in 1992, we did a party called Lost in the Jungle.
Yeah.
And it was with Medicine Muffin, Jungle PhD, Roughneck, and Dr. No, and myself, and I think James St. Bass might have played there, but it was all hardcore and jungle.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after that, that's what we were dedicated to playing, because, you know, at Psychosis or Pleasure Force or Nitrous or Chemistry, it was a mix of like house and you know, early breakbeat and hardcore. So
I would always remember, especially those big warehouse parties, it seemed to me that the jungle room always was the most energetic and the most, you know, hype room, you can say. You know, you'd walk around and then techno, everybody's banging their heads, and breaks, everybody's getting down. But you go to the jungle room and it was just, you know, people were rocking out like crazy, you know, and that's all. I always noticed that, and I thought, man, we need to harness that into one venue.
You can't beat the energy from jungle drum and bass.
Yeah, it's definitely one of a kind. So you throw parties under Junglist Movement, and I'm sure a bunch of other. You started with Delirium.
Yeah.
How do you find throwing parties in Toronto? Is it stressful or?
You know, it can sometimes be, but I mean, I try not to take it too seriously, and I always try to tell people, remember, you're throwing a party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some people get so caught up in, like, you know, what they perceive as politics or whatever. But I mean, it's a good city, and especially lately, there's been a lot of open dates to throw events, you know? So, you know, we had Junglist Movement, and Junglist Movement really caters to all the different forms of jungle, specifically jungle. And so we you know, a lot of DJs were asking us to play a Junglist Movement that didn't really fit into the format, so we decided to form Heavyweight Promotions. And our first party is going to be this Friday, April 16th at Toyka. So this is going to be a party that's, you know, featuring on, you know, the styles of drum and bass, whether it's dark or more current. You know, I'm sure there's going to be some jungle sounds that fit in there too, because it's just basically a wide variety of like what's happening now, you know?
Yeah.
But it also is going to be an outlet for local talent to actually be the headliner instead of always opening up for a headliner, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. And we were talking right before the interview how you know, Junglist Movement. I was saying Junglist Movement is kind of branded as you know, reggae or jungle, as far as what people expect when going there.
Yeah.
And you know, there are a lot of locals that aren't necessarily, you know, playing that reggae or that dub rock or that jungle sound. So it's cool that you're offering up an outlet for these more darker drum bass DJs like Scott Free or you know, the Liquid side of things like Dungeon Crew or Carnage. He plays a bit of everything.
Yeah.
This party is this Friday?
Yeah, Heavyweight is this Friday.
I don't know if this podcast is going to be out by then,
16th.
but give her a plug anyways.
Okay. Heavyweight is a new DnB company coming, touching down this Friday, April 16th, with Lush, Carnage, Scott Free, Dungeon Crew, and myself, hosted by Z and Danger D. And every lineup's going to be different. It's just going to be it's a company dedicated to promoting our local talent.
Right.
You know.
So this is gonna be going on monthly, and it's at the Toka Lounge, 471 Richmond Street West in Toronto.
Yeah, we won't be having all of them at Toyka, but this one is.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so watch out for this event and future events to come.
Canadian content, drum and bass.
So there you go. That was part 1 of my interview with Mark Visionary. Hold tight for the next podcast for part 2. But yeah, we learned about line dub. We learned about his roots. Actually, that's what we have in common. My parents are from Guyana, and so are his. So that's cool. And,
nice.
We learned about the history of Canadian drum and bass.
Big up, Marcus.
All right, time to get into some heavy bass hitters. We got some back-to-back heavy bass hitters. I think we got another one at the end of the show, too. This one's by Locked and Herbalist. This is forthcoming on Terror Bass. A track called The Inventory. And this is a little bit of the darker side of Locked and Herbalist coming through. And just to follow up, we obviously didn't get this podcast out in time for that party that he was mentioning, Heavyweight, but I heard it went off. So look forward to the next ones.
Exclusive.
Send this one out to Raven Black. Hold tight.
This is Lock. This is Herbalist. You're listening to CCDnB with DJ Kapulet.
Heavy bass. Hit up.
Big!
Heavy bass. Hit up.
Incoming big! Woo! Yeah, this is the flip side of Save Me VIP. This one's going to be available on Tribe Recordings on April 22nd, so next week. Make sure you pick that up. Big ups to Renee LeVice. The track's called Angel. We got tuned at the end of the show by Vice and Gremlins. I mean, by Renee and Gremlins. I'm still getting used to his new name. Costa just gave me like a mint.
It's a Halls.
It's a Halls, and right when the tune dropped, I like crunched right into it. So that's the end of that mint. It's minty, but it's like sweet. I don't like it.
It's those Halls Refresh things.
Yeah, whatever.
It's called Tropical Wave.
Hey. They're not sponsoring us, so let's not give away free plugs.
How did you learn to do that? I
don't like the candy.
It's not fucking candy. It's for your throat. As you can tell, I sound a little funny today. I'm kind of losing my voice.
Yo, what up? This is Vice, and you're in tune to the Canadian Content Drum and Bass Podcast with your host, DJ Kapulet. Keep it loud.
Want some candy, little boy?
Paper boy.
I got some popsicles in the cellar.
Yes, incoming. Another one from Spinlock. And he's recently been featured on Knowledge Magazine, or their online site rather, on the CCDnB blog. Just go to kmag.co.uk/editorial/blogs/CanadaDNBA. And you'll find a Q&A, including this brand new free download called Manad, inspired from the TV series True Blood.
Such a dope tune.
Another different style coming from Stride. Across the spectrum. Can't find it on KMag, you can cop this download on StrideRecordings.com. The Price is Right.
I love that show, The Price is Right. I miss Bob Barker. Their new host sucks.
That was random, but yeah, I don't like the new guy. What's his name?
Fuck if I remember, but
I
he
forget.
sucks.
Who cares? He sucks. Big ups Bob Barker. Have your pet spayed or neutered. Send this one out to DCS 905 crew. Big up Scott Free. Big ups Dubcom. Check out dcs905.ca. They just had their 5-year anniversary on 89.5.
Nice, and the pledge drive was just going on too, wasn't it?
Yeah, they just had their pledge drive, and they actually did reach their goal.
Nice.
So, and there's gonna be many more pledge drives to come. So,
Your support
those guys.
You know you want to keep listening, guys, so chip in.
Exactly. They don't make anything off it.
In fact, they spend their Saturday night in the studio when they could be out and about.
That's right. So they do it for the love of the music.
And for you.
And the scene. Each and every Saturday night on 89.5 CUIT. 10 to 12, I believe. And another producer that's trying something a little on the dark side. This is Schematic. This one's currently unsigned, but we're pushing to get this on West Bay Digital. It's a track called Fiction.
Big up.
Big ups, Dan. Dope tune.
Exclusive.
Send a shout out to the Iowa City crew. If you check up on the picture gallery on CCDnB.com, there's some new ones up there. They sent me like a graffiti.
Yeah, they tagged a wall somewhere with CCDnB.
It says I love CCDnB. That's wicked. Sending a shout out to Gizmo, and he wants to big up the Latin Junglist crew. And he says Visionary is a big inspiration. So, buddy, I hope you enjoyed that interview. And he sent me a wicked like Latin tune, and if this wasn't Canadian content drum bass, I'd play it. But big ups Gizmo. Happy belated birthday to Mike D, Scott Free, and DJ Lex. Also big shout out to Aaron Payne and Kayla Oakley. Also a little recent response to my shout out tweet. Big ups to the Niagara Falls crew. Big ups to Cypher, Brockout Sessions, my boy A3, Double Decker crew, and anybody I'm forgetting down there.
Hey, this is Schematic representing Strad Recordings and SchematicSound.com. You're getting schooled on Canadian drum and bass with DJ Kapulet on the CCDnB podcast.
Now time for something from a good friend's 11th son. The track's called Annex. This is on Close to Death Recordings, and it is out now at all your digital outlets. I don't know if it's out on Beatport, but Strad Recordings will now be available on Beatport, although they're not releasing our back catalog. It will come out bi-weekly until it catches up with the rest. So yeah, Beatport, good luck. And of course you can pick up stuff on Stride and AltoSync on shops like Track It Down, Dogs on Acid, iTunes, Amazon, and my distro company's still waiting to hear back from Drum Bass Arena. So, yo, guys, get on that.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Hey, this is Boris from the 11th Son with Punch Babies when we're listening to Canadian Content Drum and Bass Podcast with DJ Kapulet.
I want to send a shout out to the Suave Assassins crew. They just had their 2-year anniversary. Go to suaveassassins.com, and they just revamped their site.
Nice.
So yeah, big ups in aesthetics. Site looks wicked, bro. And I'll say this right now, if it wasn't for Suave Assassins and the Shaw DJs, there would be no drum and bass scene in Vancouver. And they're doing big things, bringing down the headliners. Yeah, big shout outs to those guys. Supporting the Stride Recordings releases. So big ups to Van City crew. Hopefully, no promises, but hopefully I'll come out to Vancouver. I've never been there before, sometime in August. All right. Last tune before the Canadian Classic. This one's a big heavy bass hitter. The first of many huge collaborations by Rene LeVice and Gremlins. This one's a remix of, I believe, like a house or electro tune by Jedi. The track's called Robber Barons, Gremlins and Rene LeVice remix. This is forthcoming on Bad Concept. It's going to be out soonish. And yeah, heavy bass hitter. Big.
CCDnB with DJ Kapulet.
You're going to want to really keep an eye on this duo of Gremlins and Rene LeVice. Trust me, they got some big tunes coming out. And they got one tune in particular I'm not going to mention, but it's going to be on a major label. It's a major remix. Extremely excited, and you're going to hear it first on CCDnB as soon as I get the green flag, or the green light. All right, time for that massive email. I don't know if you'll have enough time to read it, but give her a shot. This was in response to the contest, so I'm going to send him out some CCDB stuff. Oh, and before you read it, Gwen is going to open up a CCDnB online shop.
Yeah, she was mentioning that to me,
Yeah, she's very excited. I think the countdown is down to like 5 days, so...
Wicked.
Hopefully by the time you hear this podcast, or maybe...
Big up, Gwen.
And yeah, look out for that. All right, read it up.
All right, what's shaking, Capulet? Just want to give some mad props to you and your podcast, bud. I found the show by accident, but now that I have, I wish it came out more often than it does, because it's always a good day when I get my CCDnB.
Hold on. Shh. Big! Woohoo! Sorry, I love that. Okay, go on.
All right. I had no idea that there was such good music here in Canada, especially since electronic music is not as popular here like it is in Europe. It's even worse in a smaller city like Winnipeg, where it's hard to sell out a big name show like Armin van Buuren, let alone some underground stuff like we hear on CCDnB. So big ups to you and the Canadian producers that you showcase each show. Very much appreciate the work. Big! As for spreading the word of CCDnB, within my circles of electronic music fans, I have recommended to all of them to listen to this podcast. I've even played some selections from your show. Save Me by Vice, featuring Kira Edwards, was a big hit.
Yeah.
Some of them are friends I know here in Winnipeg, but most are people I know online that live all across North America. I know some of them have started listening to your show since I opened their eyes. There are a few private forums I'm a part of, and while they're dedicated to other pursuits like gaming, there are conversations about music, and I have plugged CCDnB in them multiple times. I also like to blast this shit from my car speakers as I cruise around the city. So consider large portions of the city of Winnipeg enlightened to the sound of CCDnB, especially now that the temperatures are going up and driving with the windows down isn't suicide anymore. So once again, big ups, and thanks for the killer show. Stephen Bishop.
Yeah, big up, Stephen. I'm going to give Kasha that package to send out.
Yeah, I'm always his little bitch. I write out all the addresses and shit for Dustin.
So
you need to learn how to write better. Crappy handwriting.
Hey, listen, I've never been good at writing or grammar, and I'll admit to that. So whatever, TJ. Yeah, I'm gonna send you out some stickers, some postcards, a keychain, and a button. I had a bunch of it, but man, did it like just fly out my apartment. So I'm giving you the last remaining, CCDnB merch that I have. And yeah, big ups to the Winnipeg crew, and hold tight for the Save Me VIP. Back with Angel out this Thursday.
It's time for the Canadian Classic.
Yes, now it's time for the Canadian Classic. I've been waiting a long time to play this.
I love this song.
It's so good. You probably haven't heard this before, but yeah, it is out on Alto Sync. It was made in 2006, so not that old, but it does have that old rave sound. Boris Segal, he's one half of 11th Son, track called Don't Take It Personal.
Beg the fuck up this tune.
And speaking of Don't Take It Personal, this one's going out to all the producers that send me tunes and then ask me for feedback and get offended. Guys, come on. I'm going to be honest. Woo!
Good choice, buddy.
Yeah. High five.
Oh, very nice.
Send this one out to Gina Redgrave, Arcola, Mike Swade, Nathan Hatchie, Angie Bailey, Catherine McCurdy, big ups. Big ups Jesse Jackson and his 2 new members of the family. He just got 2 nieces.
Oh, congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, bro. He's happy. Shoutouts to Coralie Dallin. And shoutouts to anybody I forgot. We didn't get to read out all the shoutouts or the emails, but we will on the next podcast, which should be out shortly. And don't forget to grab that because you'll get to hear part 2 of Mark's Visionary, and we're going to get more into the scene and what it's like to make a living off what he does. Don't forget you can subscribe, not just on iTunes, but you can go to the site, CCDnB.com, and subscribe to the RSS feed, or just click the little email kind of logo where it looks like an envelope, and you can enter your email, and we'll send you out an email every time there's an episode. For people that aren't really technical about, or don't really understand iTunes, yeah, click that email envelope logo and subscribe to your email. That's probably the easiest way. Also, the CCDnB poll is closed, and this question was, what is your favorite segment? And heavy bass hitters seems to be everybody's favorite segment of the show.
Nice.
I'll probably put up a new poll. Maybe not. Whatever. I can't think of anything else to ask.
We'll think of something.
But just want to reiterate my email. It's ccdnbmusic@aim.com. Why don't you send me an email letting me know about your opinion on vinyl, because I've been talking to a lot of label owners, for advice on my own label and stuff, and they're really saying, vinyl sales are dropping hard even for the big labels. And, is vinyl gonna die? I want to send a shout out to our new CCDnB crew members. So now it's me, Kasha, and we got Gwen on the merchandise tip. We got Anna S coordinating some of my guests, getting things lined up, riding me to gigs and stuff, keeping track of my schedules. And Sarah Richardson, who's going to help me on the reggae jungle side of things, which is huge here in Canada. Shoutouts to Pete Misconduct, who crank called me last night at 2 a.m. and left a very disturbing message on my answering machine, but then he called back, and then I figured out it was him, and some girl that still won't tell me who she was. You bastard. And yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to check out CCDnB on facebook.com/CCDnB, also soundcloud.com/CCDnB, and to follow anything that has to do with CCDnB and Stride Recordings, go to twitter.com/Kapulet and follow me, or you can follow just Stride at twitter.com/StrideDnB. So until then, support your local Canadian drum and bass artists. We have some talented people in this great country of ours, and we need to embrace that. Big!
Big!
The pants. I got that girl with the skirt over her pants. What's she doing with that skirt over her pants? It's crazy. She's got pants, she's got a skirt over the pants. What? Oh, how did she do that? Oh, skirt on the pants, skirt over the pants. I put my pants on, then my skirt on, and now I got my skirt over my pants. I said a skirt over my pants. What? Like a skirt over my pants. What?
It's starting to rain a
little. Wiggity.
Put that in the next podcast, motherfucker. Give me in there, give me my royalties,
okay,
motherfucker.
www.ccdnb.com